Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa West, and welcome to Living Your Yoga. We are on the shores of Lake Ontario in Whitby, Ontario, on a pier on Whitby, Ontario today. And today I have a question from a viewer from YouTube. And this viewer requested a video asking me to explain the different schools of yoga practices. So this video could take days, but I am only going to touch the tip of the iceberg, and I will cover a few of the major ones, and then I'm going to ask you to include the ones that I have left out, and maybe some of the schools that you study with and the styles that you've studied with, excuse me, in the show notes in the comments below, okay? So any that I've missed, I would love for you to comment on. So what I'll do is I'll begin with the schools and styles that I've studied with, and then we'll go from there. So I first started studying with Esther Myers Yoga in Toronto. And this is a school of yoga that emphasizes breathing, grounding, and spinal elongation. And they believe that once you're grounded and breathing, and if your spine can elongate, then students will be able to access all postures from these three principles, and that has been my experience. And this style of yoga came from Vanda Scaravelli, and she came from the Iyengar lineage. And Iyengar's style of yoga is very precise alignment, and they use a lot of props. Now, from there, I went on and I actually did my certification with Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy Yoga. And they are located in Vermont, and they came out of Kripalu Yoga. And their yoga style is based on Michael Lee's work, and particularly the yoga classes come from his book called Turn Stress into Bliss. And it combines yoga therapy, psychology, and particularly the yoga classes combine the themes of awareness, acceptance, choice, truth and action, flow. And they ask the students to come into their own bodies, find postures in their own bodies, and then take things with them off the mat and into their own world, into their own lives, and make small, manageable changes in their own lives. So the rest of the schools of yoga I want to give credit for. I took them from my friend and colleague's poster from theyogaposter.com, and we'll show you a picture of this on the screen. And this is a great poster that lays out a lot of the schools of yoga and the lineages of yoga in a beautiful poster. And it's a great poster that you can hang on your wall at home. So there is Kundalini Yoga, which rises out of the Sikh culture. And this is a tradition that uses kriyas, or a series of yoga postures, breath practices, and mantras to help move the Kundalini energy up from the base of your spine. Vinyasa Yoga was started by Krishnamacharya and combines coordinating movement in yoga between postures and breath. And this is where a lot of the Vinyasa tradition has come out of today. A.G. Mohan combined Raja Yoga, the royal path, and Ayurveda, and his school is known as Spastha Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga was started by Tabi Joy, and it is known for its Surya Namaskar A and B, the sun salutations, which Lisa Kerr recently came and filmed for our members. Bikram Yoga is based on a series of 26 postures taught in a heated room. And as I mentioned, Kripalu Yoga already. Yin Yoga was started by Paul Grilly, and it focuses on long holds, really long holds, and it releases the joints and connective tissue. Lilius Yoga, I like to give props to Lilius Yoga because I feel like in a way I came out of that tradition, because now I can continue that kind of tradition online, because this was televised yoga from 1972 to 1999, and Lilius was the first person to bring yoga to the public, yoga to the masses through TV. And so now I continue to that tradition, and lots of other people continue that kind of tradition online now, which is fantastic. Sivananda Yoga was created by Swami Sivananda and was based on 5 principles and 12 yoga postures. Swami Sitchananda combines Hatha Bhakti, Vaja, Karma, Jnana Yoga, and Tantra Yoga. Some of the more modern schools and styles include Judith Hanson Lassiter, who began restorative yoga, David Leith and Sharon Ganon, who began Jivamukti Yoga. This is a vigorous and challenging style that includes yoga philosophy. Shiva Ray has her Prana Yoga Flow, which is kind of like a yoga Vinyasa dance style. Baron Baptiste, he's got his Power Yoga. There are just so many forms of yoga. And the great thing about it is that there is something for everybody. So if you've tried one yoga class and you didn't like it, try another one, because basically there's going to be something else out there for you that you're going to find that you're going to like. So I would love to hear from you. What style of yoga do you practice? Do you like? You can leave your comments below. Tell me about the styles of yoga that you've practiced and studied in the comments below. And I think the great thing is that no one is better or best. There's no better or best. There's just great styles that are good for you at this point in your life. And isn't it great that there are so many styles to choose from? It's like life is like a box of chocolates, you know? Yoga's like a box of chocolates. It's like, I'll have this one now. This is good for today. And this one's good for me today. And it's just so great that we have so many styles to choose from. So let me know what style you're choosing from in the comments below. I look forward to hearing about all the styles that I've left out, because I'm sure I've left out lots. Thanks for leaving your comments below.
Finding a great yoga class is becoming more costly and difficult. Now there's a better way to self-improvement in the privacy of your own home. Visit Dr. Melissa West at melissawest.com and start getting free weekly online videos. Real yoga for real people.